Hello, it's not Tuesday, but I'm going to do a tag. I've been tagged twice for this tag, once by Booklist Pete and once by David Novak, so thank you guys. This is the This or That tag, which is for People April, an event organised by two very good booktubers, Elisabeth at Bouquin and Books and Ros at Scallygandling about books. And this tag is all about biographies and memoirs. It's about books about people. My name is Jim. This is my channel, Books, Reading and Stuff. First prompt. Big, fat and detailed biographies or short and succinct biographies? I will definitely go with short and succinct. I don't really do big, fat biographies, although last year the longest book I read was Stalin, The Court of the Red Tsar by Simon Sebag Montefiore, which weighed in at 750 pages. But that was a bit of an exception. Stalin biographies are a bit of an exception for me because I'm living in Georgia. Stalin is Georgia's most famous son, even though a lot of us are not too happy with that because he was quite the monster. 2. Celebrity memoirs or average Joe memoirs? Generally, I go with celebrity memoirs. I particularly like memoirs of comedians, stand-up comedians, because one time I had a go at stand-up. I didn't do very well, but I like reading about stand-up comedians. There's another one, Tom Jolly. There's a very good title for an autobiography. Look at me, look at me. And on the reverse, still look at me, look at me. There are exceptions with the average Joe. I really enjoyed Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. He was not a celebrity until he wrote Angela's Ashes, and this won the Pulitzer Prize. This is a story of his growing up as a very poor boy in Limerick in Ireland, and it's an amazing book. 3. Complete correspondence or selected letters? Again, I'll go with a selection. Selected letters, as Steve Donahue points out. Complete correspondence of people from the 20th century and before would be incredibly large. We don't realise it now. I mean, we can look at our own emails. If we look at the complete emails of somebody, they'll be very large and most of them would not be very interesting. 4. Memoirs written when the events are fresh or memoirs written with hindsight? Interesting. I think I'll go with hindsight, because sometimes you need to process what's happening. Although with hindsight you can put a different gloss on the events rather than how it felt in the moment. 5. Gossipy biographies or scholarly biographies? I think, again, Steve Donahue said, it depends on the storytelling. If a lot of scholarly biographies are not very well told, so if it's well told, that's fine. So I think more with gossipy biographies. 6. Diaries of Ordinary Life or Diaries of Extraordinary Events? I think most ordinary lives are quite boring, so I'll go with extraordinary events. 7. Arty memoirs or sporting memoirs? I've read very few sporting memoirs. I like watching the football and hearing commentary on the football, but I don't read about football. I did read Platini's biography a long time ago when I was reading in French. And also, the last book I read in French was the biography of Pierre-Auguste Renoir, written by his son, Jean Renoir. This is the Impressionist painting. I like reading about the artists. I have lots of art books, like the Taschen art books, Turner, Renoir. I find I get these for the pictures. They do have text as well as the pictures. I usually find the text is quite dry and not particularly interesting, but I like looking at the pictures. And this was one of the better ones. It's Edward Hopper by Gail Levin, who lives in New York. She even wrote on it for me. She sent me this copy because I sent her things for her Hopper collection. 8. Gritty autobiographical writing or inspirational autobiographical writing. I'll go with gritty. I'm not really inspired by inspirational autobiographical writing. Biographies of historical figures or biographies of contemporary figures. I like both. I read The Last Viking by Don Holloway, which was a biography of King Harold Hardrada last year for Historiathon, and I really enjoyed that. King Harold was killed in 1066 at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, which was very soon before the Battle of Hastings. And I like contemporary as well. I read Bryan Cranston, A Life in Parts, his autobiography. This was very good about how he became the actor he was. Bryan Cranston played Walter White in Breaking Bad, but before that he had lots of small parts in various films, and he was honing his craft all the way and looking at how to improve his career. 10. Memoirs of Happy Days or Memoirs of Tragic Days. There's that line at the beginning of Anna Karenina. All happy families resemble one another, but each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. I think Memoirs of Tragic Days have more interest for the reader. Memoirs of Happy Days, we like people to be happy, but reading about someone that's happy, it's not so interesting. A bonus question from Elizabeth. The complete Diary of Samuel Pepys, over 4,000 pages, or 116 hours and 16 minutes on audiobook, or the selections from the Diary of Samuel Pepys, which can be as short as 120 pages, or 3 hours and 55 minutes on audiobook. Well, I'll go with the selections. I'm not going to be reading 4,000 pages of Pepys. I'd be interested in reading some selections from Pepys, particularly about the Great Fire of London and the plague in London. But no, I'm not going to be reading 4,000 pages of anybody. And finally, tag some people. If you like this tag, you want to do it, consider yourself tagged. I will check who's done this and put some taggies down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. This will help me with the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.